Hi Pisces. I hope you guys are doing well. I wonder how many of you are surprised that your reading is so early, where others will have a later reading. It's time. It's just time to do your reading because there's so much activity that's happening in your 7th house, which is the house of hidden enemies, but it's also the house of relationships and how you are relating to people in general. And there's so much that's going on there that it literally feels like mass chaos. Mass chaos. So that's why we have this going on today. So if you're a little irritated, or if you're finding that there are people getting easily irritated with you, a lot of self-care is in store for you in September. A lot of self-care and possibly new relationships that will be really strong and really passionate, and you're going to have to be super discerning to see if it's a karmic relationship or if this is something that can stand the test of time. Because we have Mars and Venus both in your 7th house, along with Mercury, and we're having the new moon in Virgo, and then we'll have your full moon. We'll have the new moon in Virgo the end of August, just a couple of days. And then your full moon in September. And that full moon is going to bring out a lot of the emotions that have been surfacing throughout Virgo season. Like the things that are building up and building up. And because I don't feel like you are releasing this energy out into the world right now. I feel like you're kind of keeping it to yourself. For some of you, you do have a Gemini or a Sagittarius lingering around you. So we have the Hanged Man, which represents Pisces. So does the High Priestess, but the Hanged Man does represent Pisces. But you have to remember with the Hanged Man, it's all about looking at things in a different perspective. It's not about being stuck. I call it on pause anyways. I don't even like the words being stuck, feeling stuck. So when it comes to this Lover's energy and then Temperance energy, the discernment for who belongs in your space is so real. Sorry, if you've ever worn high-waisted yoga pants, you know my plight right now. They were just rolling. They started to roll down. And it gets uncomfortable. So, extremely discerning about who you're going to have around you, and how it's changing things. So, definitely some fire energy here. King of Wands. Could be a Sagittarius. Could also be a Scorpio with fire in his chart. But this Death card is saying there's definitely, like, it feels like this relationship that's either on the horizon. If you haven't met this person yet, I knew this was going to be all about relationships, Pisces. It's like you're getting like a bonus love reading without having to buy the extended. Oh, there you go. This relationship is 100% different. It feels like it's an evolved relationship. Something that you can count on the other person. There's a lot of patience there. There's a lot of you being able to take care of yourself. But the thing is because it's got you on pause because of the past, right? When we get into the Hanged Man state, we have to allow ourselves to look at things differently and recognize that what's happening right now has absolutely nothing to do with the past. The past is done. The past is gone. No more. You see? So allowing yourself to see past that and know that this is more of an evolved relationship or an evolved connection than the previous ones. To me, it almost feels like this person was very unexpected, because you had an idea of one particular person for such a long time that now all of a sudden there's this new person in your life and you're like, wow, wasn't expecting this person to show up. And because they're totally different, that means you actually healed your wounds too, which is another thing that you really have to allow yourself to recognize, like how much you've been through and how far you've come. And now you're able to see things so much more clearly than you were before. So let's see this ace. Let's see what this Ace of Cups is. Yeah. And the Hanged Man. Or not. So we have the Ten of Pentacles on the Ace of Cups. And this is what I mean. Like, you loved yourself into stability. Man. You loved yourself so much that it brought you into a stability that you haven't known. Either you've never felt this stable before, or you haven't felt this stable in a really long time. And that's the fear, right? If I get into something new, am I going to become unstable again? That's totally up to you. You have your healthy boundaries now. You've learned all the lessons. You know who to allow in your space and who's not worthy of it anymore. Let's see what this Hanged Man is. Deep breaths. Okay. So, are you still hung up on an earth sign? Even though there's a fire sign that is right in front of you? Are you still hung up on the earth sign? Now, if this person is still lingering in your life, this is one of those moments where you're going to have to get really, really honest with yourself, Pisces, and say, what's the best for me? Is it somebody that I couldn't count on? Or is it now somebody... And you know what is really funny is when you differentiate, when you figure out what's the best for you and who is worthy enough to be in your existence, and you're loving yourself so much that nobody else can get in there, there's still that one, but there's always that one person that will pop up in your mind over and over and over again. The thing is having that energy or having that person pop up in your mind doesn't mean that you run as fast as you can back to it. Just because they pop up in your mind, I mean, for me, like if something like that happens, I'm still in contact with ex-boyfriends from the past. Like 20 plus years ago in high school, I still talk to some ex-boyfriends, right? And they pop up in my mind all the time. But that doesn't mean that I'm going to like run after them and be like, we need to be together because I still feel so connected to you, right? That's not what we do. What you're supposed to do is when you realize that this person is no longer worthy to be in your life or be in your existence, you can say to yourself, okay, thank you so much for being a part of my healing journey and being a part of my journey, right? And being a part of the path that I had to go on to find myself and to love myself. And then you release it again. Don't stay stuck on the past. Don't let the past put you on pause. You know what needs to put you on pause? Rest, and allowing yourself to rest so you can get things done when it's time to get things done. So, Could also be dealing with a Leo energy. We have the Strength card on the Lovers. It's amazing when you come into alignment and you find that inner strength. It's amazing that you can come into that with a knowing that you're on the right path, that you're moving in the right direction, that things are working out in your favor. And you're like, oh, finally. And then here we are with Temperance. So being very, very patient with yourself right now so you can balance out your heart and your mind, not throwing yourself out into the world, not throwing yourself, you know, into another relationship too fast, something, all of those things are really, really important. Now, if you have met this person and you're not yet ready to be in a relationship with them, but you have a very strong connection with them, don't let it distract you from your healing process. You can be with somebody and still be in the healing process as long as you don't allow that person to distract you, and as long as you recognize that that person's probably going to help trigger you into healing some more. So getting into a relationship where there will be certain triggers that happen are possible, right? That could be the evolutionary process. This person may be helping you evolve, but that balance is also making you realize who your soul tribe is and coming together with them. The Three of Cups, now I don't typically go straight to a third party situation when it comes to the Three of Cups, but I will say, be very careful about who you're allowing into your life. And make sure that the persons and the people that you are bringing into your life are on the up and up, and they're not like, they don't have you as a side piece or something like that. Now, on the flip side, you balancing out your energy and finding that inner strength is attracting your soul tribe. And that's a beautiful thing. And your soul tribe could consist of a Queen of Pentacles and a King of Wands as well. Or, yeah, it doesn't have to be an actual earth sign or a fire sign. It could just be somebody that heavily represents the qualities of an earth sign, which are very grounded, very nurturing, or a fire sign, very confident, ready to go. So this King of Wands was extremely well manifested into your life. Could also be Virgo energy up here. Maybe you manifested an earth sign that has a lot of fire in their chart, or vice versa. But whoever this person is, this could also be somebody that you're working on manifesting into your life and they're just not quite there yet with that Hermit card. But I feel like with the Hermit, they're kind of teaching you and showing you how to evolve and how to have boundaries and how to be in alignment with yourself, and without even like using those words, right? Because some people don't even realize that they're teaching other people that without even going in that direction, without usually, you know, let's get into it. You don't get into a relationship and be like, let's get into alignment, self-alignment. No, that's not. But I feel like this person has a general concept of it and understands, and is somebody that is destined to be in your life. With this Nine of Cups, it feels very destined. Let's see what the Death card is, because I feel like this is an evolving, it's a growth process. It's evolving in a lot of ways. Yeah. See, and here's the thing, is we all had to change. So we have the King of Swords at the bottom of the deck. You could really be embodying the Queen of Pentacles right now too, especially since your opposite sign is Virgo and has so much stuff going on in it. But the Four of Wands on the Death card really makes me feel like there is an evolution that's happening here, and it's bringing you something very stable and very grounded and very loving into your life. The King of Swords and the Seven of Wands, the Eight of Swords. Don't worry about having to put up boundaries with people who do not care about you. Don't feel guilty, and don't miss the fact that you have to have healthy boundaries for certain individuals in your life, because those individuals will be the first ones to take advantage of you if you don't have a healthy boundary and you don't stick to it, right? That Eight of Swords, so like towards the middle of September, I feel like with that Eight of Swords, there's this moment in your life where you're like, I gotta have better boundaries around this person. And if you do, you're making room for so much good stuff. So we have the Ace of Wands and the Chariot. So you're actually making room for growth opportunities, huge growth opportunities, and allowing yourself to move forward with that. You could be dealing with a Cancer energy also, or Taurus, but feels a lot like towards the end of September, everything is going to feel so much better. Like the energy is going to lift a little bit. And as we move into Libra season, you will feel a balancing of energies, if you will. It's so much easier to be in Libra season than it is to be in Virgo season. And I'm a Virgo, and I can say that. Like those people that freak out over the Virgo energy during Virgo season, where you like really feel productive and you got to get things done, but then you feel guilty about not being productive enough. Those people have, you know, such an easier time as we move into Libra season. The ones that can't stand the push, right? They have no idea. Like Virgos have to deal with that 365 days a year, but I'm just saying. Be honest with yourself and how you're presenting yourself to society. If you're being fake, that's going to be changing really fast. And I don't mean like, I'm not trying to throw shade at you guys saying that you are fake. You're not. You're some extremely real individuals, like, but if there are things that you aren't being honest with yourself about, like you are, I don't know, not keeping yourself, if you're trying to be like a people pleaser or something, you know what I mean? Like if that's what you're doing, I feel like that's going to bite you in the ass later on, right? There also could be a Taurus energy that might be a little bit shady, right? This earth sign up here could be a really shady Taurus energy that's around you that you really need to release, because you have some amazing aspects here where you know that you've grown a lot and it's time for you to evolve and it's time for you to move forward, and you're seeing that. You're like seeing the epitome of your self-love, right? But the more you hold on to something that is elusive anyways, like don't try and pin down the elusive energy. Not going to be easy to do. Probably for a while, right? Ease your mind, get more rest. Six of Swords and Four of Swords. Allow yourself to meditate and take as much time away from everybody that you can. Because when you are around other people, there will be irritations. And you're going to be like, oh my God, I really need to put up some boundaries when it comes to certain people. Get a massage. I feel like some of you really need a massage since my neck just started hurting like out of the blue. I love you guys. If you need some help getting grounded during this time, I have some black tourmaline and tiger's eye necklaces on my website There's only like 2 of them each, so they may be completely gone by the time you're watching this. I don't know. I'm hoping to be able to get more, but for right now, there's only 2 left of each, I believe. Also, the personal readings are 20% off until probably the end of Virgo season. I initially did it till the end of August, but I want to be able to give everybody a chance. So 20% off of personal readings, 20% off of my coffee mugs and apparel. All of that information is in the description box below. If you click the arrow underneath the video, go to the description box. I love you guys, especially those who stay until the very bitter end and hear all of the sales bitches. I love you guys. You know what? This is actually such a good growth month for you. And I'm really, really excited for new prospects and new love entering your life. So I love you guys. Have a wonderful September. Bye.